talking about my radio. Hello, I hope everybody's having a good morning so far. I tried to make this video twice already, but I wasn't happy with it. I wanted to talk about what I do. One of my jobs. You know the other job I do, DoorDash, and the one job I do during the day is I'm a special needs van driver. I transport special needs kids, not only just special needs kids, but emotional support kids as well, to and from school. I know a lot of people down on us, especially these parents around here. They think, oh, she gotta be living in poverty. But no, I don't live in poverty. I'm doing okay for myself. And I'm a survivor. I went through a whole lot of crap in my life. So, you know, I make it through. I make it through every day of my life. Even with now new health issues, I make it through. But I love doing what I do. I have the most amazing students every year. I've done this now officially for 3 years now. And I have one student I've had for 3 years. And I'm so blessed and so privileged to be her driver because she's nonverbal, but she's in a wheelchair, but she's the sweetest love. Oh, I told her, she's my sunshine. If I'm having a bad day, a bad morning, whatever, or something's going on in my life that I'm struggling through, I look at her and I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. She blesses my life every day. She makes me realize there's the little things I may be going through. It's nothing. She smiles. Oh my gosh, she's like the most beautiful little girl. Her mom, oh my God, her mom. I love her mom too. She was rough in the beginning when I first got her, but I guess you have to be because a lot of people judge and criticize her parents because most people don't understand why people keep special needs kids. A lot of people don't understand special needs kids, and you have to be very patient. And to be a special needs mom and dad, it's hard. I know it's a struggle for them, but it's very rewarding because I have never felt the love that I have from these kids as I do with my own kids. But being around, sometimes being around these high school kids up here, it's like, oh, it's brain numbing. I hate hearing these kids at the high school, F this, F that. I mean, this one chick, I hope she never tries to go for a job interview because she would have dropped that bomb more than she would get the job. But I do love my job. It doesn't pay much. Depends on your route because they pay you by day. And depending on how long your route is, you can make out like a bandit because, I only work a few hours a day. So, I do it. I had to change to my job because one, I got so heavy. I damaged my body. See, these super morbidly obese women like Amberlyn Reed, Foodie Booty, Life by Jen, they think it's a joke. They think nothing's going to happen to them because they're still young and they're in their 30s or 40s. Their body is deteriorating by the day. I hate to break this bad news to them, but in the long run, they're gonna be hit with so many more issues in the long run than they would really expect. So I had to change jobs. So my ex-husband always said, "Oh, why don't you go work for them? Why don't you go work for?" He said that for years. So I said, "Let me go apply." I was nervous driving other people's kids around. It's a big responsibility, but people always want to look down on you. But I find it a privilege. I find it so rewarding to drive around somebody else's kids who is very near and dear to them. If you have the experiences I have dealing with these kids, oh my God, it's like having your own kids, but you can give them back. You only have them for a little bit, but I love them. And the moments that I have with these kids, I will never change for a job that I used to have. I used to make close to, well, the last job I had was like $15, but when I worked in Maryland, that job was, I could have been making almost, I know at least $25, $30 by now. But in the long run, it's not about making that money. It's about my health. So, but that's why I changed to become a special needs driver. it is what it is, and I find enjoyment at it. I find it rewarding, and the love you get from these children, you can never ever get from anywhere else. Let me tell you. So, like, I'm in between my my high school run and my elementary school run now. I have time to myself. I can make a video, or plan something. I've been writing down my grocery list that I want to get stuff, food ideas that I want to work on, because I'm cleaning up my diet. It's hard. It is hard, but this gives me time in between doing. I got sick of working 8 hours straight. I got sick of working. My last job I had, we were working 12, 14 hours a day, 16 hours a day. Yeah, I was making 4 figures every other week, but I didn't have time for my son. And that's another reason too, is my twins were about to get out of high school, and my other job, I couldn't go to a scrimmage game. So this let me have the hours to get off so I can go to their wherever they had track meets. And this is another reason I wanted more time with my kids. You need to value your family and your time with your family. Money is money, but in the end, you lose if you don't have the time for your family. There's memories you're never going to have if you don't make time for your family to make those memories. So I've never regret anything I have done in my past. I had spent so much time with my older kids, and I'm glad that I was able to change this job and able to afford still living where we are, and to take care of them. And I appreciate the fact that I made that decision. I love the fact that I was able to do that, and I got more time with them. Because working a job that takes you away from your family, it hurts. It really does. So, because my other job, I was working 60, 80 hours a week. It was horrible. I didn't want to do it anymore. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. Physically, I was at 295, 280. It was like, it's hard. Physically, it was challenging. And then I was so tired that I didn't have time for them. But I wouldn't have. When they started doing the shot put, I didn't have time. I wouldn't have been able to go and see the meets, because when you work for a company or corporation that tells you, no, you can't have the day off. No, you can't have the day off on a chronic basis. It's time to make that change. So, yeah. So this is why I went to this job, and honestly, I love being around. It's just the only thing that gives me blood pressure problems is other people's driving, because they're not considered other people. So I wanted to talk to you about this job. I know people are like, ugh, why is she doing that job? But I really love it, because the kids I deal with, I love them all. And the one wheelchair student I've had her now for 3 years, and she's in the 3rd grade. So basically, I've had her for her whole school career right now. So, and she'll be going to a different school next year, and I guess I'll be her driver next year. So, yep, that's the story of how I ended up with doing this job. And it's not a high-paying job by far. It's a part-time job, but it also gives me the time if I have to run and do this, if I run and do that. It gave me time, like in between my runs, I can go pick up my boys from school if I have to, or doctor's appointments. I had eye appointments before. It's just, it gives you the time to do what you need to do. Give me time to do YouTube. It's giving me time, that's why I work my other job. And the other job, I only work a couple of hours, and it pays good. So it's like, that's why I don't complain about anything. I'm always well taken care of. So, and my boys are always well taken care of. When they come home, they eat. So, as long as they got a place to put their head down, they're happy. I don't have kids that are materialistic, thank God. So, we're all happy. And they don't be like, oh, Mom, I don't know why you're doing that job. I wish you'd get a new job. They all proud of what I do, because they know I'm a loving person, and I care for these kids just like I care for them. So, well, you guys, thanks for listening to me. And this is my life. This is what I do, and I enjoy it so much. You guys have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Oh, I forgot to mention too, doing this job, you're not just thrown into it. You have to have 3 levels of background checks. You can't just jump in the van and go and pick up kids. You have to be 3 levels of background checks. You also have to be FBI fingerprinted. So that's why you'll never see this chick doing nothing wrong, because they'll find me like that. And 3, I'm also a mandated court reporter. Is it mandated? I am a mandated reporter. I think that's what they call it, right? If I see physical child abuse, this is for the state of Pennsylvania, if I see or hear anybody of having any kind of child abuse in their family, or I see it with my students, see it with another student, don't even have to be a student of mine, I see it something like a student at the school or something, I'm legally obligated to have to tell somebody. We have a procedure we have to go through. We have to let our supervisor know. Then we have to make a phone call. So that's another thing that I forgot about, that my job is legally entitled. We have to do. If we see any kind of abuse or neglect, we are mandated by law, legally, we have to report people for child abuse. So that's another aspect of my job that I love, because I want to protect children. If I see any child anywhere, it doesn't even have to be a student of mine that I know, somebody come to me, even in confidence, and want to let me know, I have to legally be entitled to have to report it. So yeah, that's what I forgot to let you guys know, that it's just because you want to do this job, you have to have 3 levels of background check. You have to be fingerprinted, and you are required as a mandated, I think it's called mandated court report. You have to report any abuse and neglect that you see with your own students or anybody else. And if somebody comes in confidence with you, legally you have to report it. So I just want to add that into this video. So you guys have an amazing day. I love everybody. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. I pretty much am. I'm trying to get into the routine. That I have a video come up in the next month. I'm trying something to see if it works. I was doing it on and off, but I'm not gonna let you know what the secret is that I'm doing. I'll let you know by May 9th. So I'll let you guys go, and I'll talk to you guys soon.